stream die, everyone? Hello? Is it okay? I'm back? Alright. I didn't even know I left. I never stopped streaming. It just went... I didn't even see it go red. It must have when I was playing the game. Maybe there's a little too much red everywhere. My OBS felt left out and it just had to dip into the red as well. You don't have the cocoa, I missed you? That I didn't even... Nothing even happened. Guys, you won't believe it. Oh, guys! You missed it. I pushed the button and it actually said my real name in the last attempt. Oh, you guys. Oh, that's a weight off my chest. Because for a second there, I thought you guys actually heard the button say my name. Oh, damn. It's a shame you guys missed out on that, though. It's a shame you guys missed out on the button saying my name. That is just unfortunate. You go up here first. Whoa, this looks cool. They got like audio panels in their stairwell. What the fuck?
Psych0_logic says suscat.
What am I? Okay, that's not very good. America! Welcome back. America, did you just get here? Because you just missed it. The game actually said my real... Oh. The scene changed. The scene's changed. Oh my god, America, did you really just redeem ad time? The DC was so convenient. I can't believe it changed the same. That's incredible. That is incredible. Okay, I guess I'm gonna put on an ad. And I gotta check my posture. Congratulations on being third, Psycho. Congratulations on being first, America. Congratulations on being second, blah blah blah. I know I heard it. Oh my god, I can't believe Cabal had heard my real name. It said my name, be Jim the cat girl. I'm gonna call you Jim from now on, America. I hope you know this. How do we run an ad? I haven't done it in so long. 30-second ad. Okay, everybody. I'm gonna play an ad now. All the unsubbed people will not be able to witness. Is it going? Does that circle mean it's doing it, or does that mean it's about to? There we go. Dang it. Wow. Wow. Thank God all those lasers are gone, huh? Am I right, chat? Thank God all those lasers are gone. It only costs $15. $15? You guys can't afford $15? Up to 30 minutes without pre-roll for other people who just join up. What? Oh, right, yeah, because that's the default. I don't know why I keep getting ads in your channel still, America. I have no clue. Because I am a sub. I am a subscriber, I mean. It's only on your channel. I keep getting ads. I have no clue what it is. Oh, why is my game lagging now? At least I can still see the kitty. You can hear over the ad. This is what to do. Yeah, let's go for the stairwell. Whatever. They're gonna miss out. Who cares?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
I just walked right past that about 4 times. What the heck? Right past the... Oh, right. Yeah. You can't put it at the end of the game because there isn't an end. Say ah. Ah. What the fuck is that? Gonna pretend it is yet? Just wait until your subscription ends and let me know. Never! This is a very ominous corridor. The Settings World Championship. Oh, the Settings World Champion. The Infinite Hole and the free achievement. I want to see the Settings World Championship. You guys know. You guys know if you've spent any times in my stream how much I love the settings menu. No, I have to change the settings. No, video game. You don't understand. I'm a gamer. I have to change the settings on every single game that I play as soon as I open it. No, don't do this to me. Kokoro needs to change the settings. I have to change the settings. What is this? A console game? Is this a video game for console gamers? Unbelievable. I'm actually uninstalling right now. I actually can't take it. I have to change the settings. Oh, this again.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Oh, my God. I unlocked unique dialogue. Free achievement. Packages with an achievement. What does this do if I'm in offline mode? Because you can't get achievements in offline mode.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Test achievement unachieved. But I'm in offline mode.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Wow, they're really on the nose with this new stuff, aren't they? Huh? I wonder which part of the game industry they are critiquing in this part of the game. God damn, they're really playing it close to the chest here. Gamers, we hear you, even though we haven't done it yet.
What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The fucking infinite hole. What's this? Oh, this is the way out from the other area. It's playing the melody from the first game and the background music, you others. Let's go in here first. Let's leave the infinite hole till last because that seems like the main attraction. A big old hole. Holy shit, look how big the hole is. Wait, this is just the lower level? Where's the Settings World Championship? Wait, I just noticed the way this is labeled. What the heck? Look at the office decorations, the epilogue. It's just the collectors and the infinite hole. E is the exit. Wait, but isn't that... Oh wait, the exit is further. That's still locked. Okay. Now I know where the way out is. The whole dramatic music, you're gonna have to wait. You can find them, you can find them, you can find them. collect them all. They're adding collectibles to the Stanley Parable?
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game.
Where did the door
In
go?
the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Oh my god, they really went and done that, huh? Holy shit. Blink! Are these actually in the game? And it's gone. It's gone.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Well, yeah, I agree. Wasted potential. They shouldn't reward the player for any of their effort. They should just make them go for stuff and then not give them any rewards for that. Time divided by depth. Let's see here. We have the deepness axis, right? Yeah, and the time axis, right? So small time, fairly deep. That's the distant past, right? And the a fairly big time, but with no deepness, is distant space. Distant, but it's not deep. But with a big deepness, it's also distant space-time. And it also might cause a space like infinity. But if you have a lot of both, it'll be a whole like infinity. Ah, yes. And if you go that way, you're falling, of course. Understandable. Here is the opening, the rim, the depth, that's infinite, that one. And this is all the surrounding area, right? Very, very useful information. I'm glad that they're preparing me before I come in here to witness this big old hole. Yep, here's a level of the deepness. It's infinite. Yep. Wow. Educational use only, everyone. Yeah. Oh, damn. Okay, everyone. I'm sorry to break it to you, but we have to be educational for this next segment. I'm not allowed to be entertaining at all in this next segment. I'm not allowed to be entertaining. Okay, guys. Actually, you know what? Let me know, guys. Let me know in the chat. If I start being entertaining at all in the next section, if you start feeling entertained, let me know in the chat, because we gotta put a stop to that. I'll have to be educational. It just keeps going, everyone. Yes, because it's infinite, of course.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of.
Oh,
it's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole.
I don't think that'll be a problem. Fuck you. Ban him.
That you can
Mods
fall
ban
down
him.
forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Shit, the ceiling's coming down. This looks like just like this. This looks just like the real office.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions,
oh my God,
if I
I'm
do
falling
say
forever,
so.
everyone.
Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
This noise is still getting deeper.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very,
It's a
very
fraud.
deep hole?
It's a
To be
fraud.
certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole.
No.
I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an
It doesn't go
astonishingly
on
deep hole.
forever.
It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one
I don't think
perspective,
that has a
the
different
infinite
definition.
is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a
He
liar and
lied.
a cheat, and you're so clever. Look,
You watched
I think
Tomsky's
the
video
issue
in the
here
hole?
is just that
No,
you're
I've never
unusually
heard of that.
fascinated by falling.
Yeah,
What
might be
normal
one.
person actually wants to fall infinitely?
Look
I
at the
figured the
tiny
hole
hole
was
up
as
there,
deep
it's so
as anyone
small.
would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
Oh, the gamers are the problem, everyone.
Things got a little heated
It's
there.
the
I think we
gamer's
both
fault.
said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the
Cigarette
hole
butts, then.
mostly infinite? If that works for you,
Mostly
then go
infinite.
ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
There's no way I'm pressing that button. I can't believe he just lied, chat. I cannot believe that. Who would do that? You think they would just go on the internet and tell lies? Who would do such a thing? Don't worry, Kokoro, I made the entertainment for you. We're not supposed to be entertaining. It's supposed to be educational. Oh, whatever. I don't think it matters anymore. It's all fraud anyway. We've been lied to. The only thing I've educated the people about is that the narrator is untrustworthy. Yeah, I just now realized the whole time that I haven't been in my Discord channel. Nope. Nothing seems to be happening. So...
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my... Oh, for heaven... You see? I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal
Not
person
normal.
would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
Oh yeah, I think I've had enough, everyone. I think that's enough. Psych!
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yeah. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here?
Accountability and marketing.
Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point.
Wait.
It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
An aggressive divot, but I can't jump, so...
How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Wait, what's gonna...
Is the, teleport button not working?
Step brother, I'm
You sure?
stuck!
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
What? Holy shit. Holy shit. Chad, the hole is getting bigger. What if it really is infinite after all? I believe in the infiniteness of the hole. Good thing I have the buckets of protection. Yeah, I'd be feeling pretty anxious right about now. You have to change your perspective. Holy shit! It's me, Jen. The hole is infinite. What the fuck is this? Oh my god, guys, if you just put a black and white filter over this would just be the chat room. I don't like this perception. This perception's kind of my style, but I don't think it's a streamer perception. Oh yeah, I like that perception. Change my reality. Holy shit, it's brown now. I live in a brown reality. Let's go. Hang on, I'm in the way. It says I can change myself. So much.
Stanley! Oh good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment.
Yes,
so how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole. And I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Oh, stop. I can still push the button for a second there. Are we gonna do it again? What the heck? Oh.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
I've already done that. Wait, what happens if... What happens if I go to the reassurance bucket but I already have the bucket? What if I've already done this? was a little bit jank. Is that the real way it's meant to end? What happens if I go back into it now? The exit is still closed. The exit is still closed. Oh no, that's the exit. I want to jump in the hole again. I want to see if there's more dialogue. Oh, but what if there isn't? I really don't want to do that whole bit again. Why doesn't there a save button? Why can't I F6 and F7 like in freaking like in Half-Life? Exit in the jump circle. God, you know this art is actually really cool. Okay,
all right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yes. Oh no, someone left their bag here. Oh dear. Wow, look at this. Stanley.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work.
Yeah?
There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
I agree to all that. My name is truly my
Are you
name
ready?
has truly been deepened.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
Are you sure about that?
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it.
Oh, wait a minute.
With respect.
Hang on a
with
second.
care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Wait a minute.
Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Holy shit, it's the Stanley Parable 2! Okay guys, I'm gonna let you guys look at this cool cutscene whilst I go and pee. I'll be right back, everybody. Hey everybody, I'm back. Holy shit. You all ready for the Stanley Parable 2? God, it's really getting wavy back there now, huh? Does it look yet? Is this background dynamically generated? I love this fun though. It's the exact same but red. Incredible. Nah. Did it actually completely restart the game? Because
this is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Wait, but it's even like rendered the same as the original.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room
That's actually
427
impressive.
and he pushed buttons.
It looks the exact same as the original.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-ending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Am I going crazy?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is it actually the exact same but with the balloons? The bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Is that it? Gotta turn off all the cameras. All the cameras? All the computers? Hey! Why is that there? Who put that there? Come on. Don't work too hard, mate.
Funny Bunny says wait, Stanley's job was to push buttons all day. Does that mean he is a Twitch streamer?
No, it means he's a software engineer. Or a DJ. Or like 90% of all jobs on the planet nowadays in our technological age. The new content is gone.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Wait, that actually changes the dialogue? I'm trying to think of where I want to go in case this is actually like the exact same.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
The bucket. The bucket is calling to me, everybody. I think the employee lounge is the place to be.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
It truly
How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
This bucket is really insightful.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend.
Well, then the bucket gives you about 18-year endings, or you're actually being true.
We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. This is how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket. Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
And then I picked it up. And then I came here with it.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go.
I don't know.
There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion.
I'm in the way. Oh, god damn it. Property of Stanley, it says.
Take a hike, broom closet, with all...
Yeah, take a hike.
Honey Bunny says, I think the narrator ships Kokoro with the bucket.
Do you think? I'm gonna switch my setup around a little bit. One sec. Where? Go to the desktop. Windows. Hello. This is really painful because again, my mouse is on a lower sensitivity than it's supposed to be. I'm gonna change my desktop resolution. I should just start doing this all the time. OBS. Game. Okay. No, I can't. Ah, fuck. I need to change again. Okay, now I can more easily alt-tab. Incredible. I love it here.
Meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Exactly. It's not a broom. It's not called the bucket closet, dumbass.
Alright, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate.
Yeah, I agree.
See? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket.
It's a bucket.
There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Truly.
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
I love that. I didn't program all this shit, man. What the fuck? Really is giving us the silent treatment now. terrible, terrible, terrible.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Trying to think of what ends are like at the moment. Already done all these. Is this just always open then?
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these. Only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
No reward,
you can't buy
everyone.
that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
That's unacceptable. I have to get the other 4. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Hey guys, is this loss? Remember that? I really want to do it. I really want to go in this room. Like, you can actually see. You can see there's a room in there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
What is the
Even
number
now,
again?
in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
I keep putting the wrong order.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs.
Mini-stands?
What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Incredible. We got a Stanley, everyone. It would have been cool if it was back here. This weird little secret bit. I just haven't noticed there's a room up there. Pretty crazy. Okay. I guess we have to go down. Did we just like teleport? What the heck?
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
Did they actually
It would
re-record
be
the
all
entire
Stanley could
game
do to keep
just to put
himself
the
together,
bucket
if
in
not
it?
for the
That's
bucket.
actually insane. No wonder
Soothing
this
him,
game was delayed
comforting
about 10
him,
fucking times.
reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Where's the colored doors room? I didn't go in there. You never told me to go in there. Did you? Did you tell me to go in there? Because I missed it. We're not there. Should I go in there? Is there like a better ending if I go there? Is this really just like... Do we just keep playing the same game though, but with the bucket? I just found out my favorite bucket ending is in there. If I get to do it again, I'll go there. I kinda regret coming here. These endings are boring. Let's do the museum one. Yeah. Really? Yeah, because The narrator's supposed to
Although
die
this
here. What happens
passageway
if he
had the
did
word
that?
escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Not the bucket, no.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful
this section
death
looks
for
worse
each of
than in
them.
the original. I sworn there was more stuff in this corridor. Look, blah blah blah. I'm gonna hydrate, sure thing. Which door is the one you wanted to go through, by the way? Because I want to know what both of those are like now as well.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Shoulder? Yes, 1 second.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led
No way! I do not believe that. They got the second narrator to re-record her lines as well. I genuinely could not tell that those were different lines right there. What the fuck? The amount of dedication just for this one little bit is actually insane.
Helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
Oh no, not the bucket. The bucket's life. The bucket's life.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Wait, the bucket's gone. Wait. When did that happen? No, I had the bucket when I was walking. What? When did that happen? Where did the bucket go? I had it as I was walking through there. What the heck? No, they actually redesigned this whole part just for the bucket. This is insane, man. No wonder the game took so long to make. They literally remade the entire game, just like re-recorded all the dialogue just for a fucking bucket. Okay, I'll collect myself. Hold on. Oh. I'm collecting myself. The bucket. Okay, I'm collecting myself. I'm doing it. Okay. The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You're standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within. And Race Hunter is living proof of that. Oh.
Bunny Bunny says him back. The bucket was too powerful, it caused my Wi-Fi to go out.
That's the power of the bucket. Do you want to turn on mouse keys? I've never heard of that before in my life. Mouse keys let you control the mouse pointer by using the numeric pads on the keyboard. I didn't know that. What? That's a thing? The keyboard shortcut to turn on mouse keys is to press the Alt, Left Shift, and the numlock key. I guess I accidentally did that. Oops. But through you. Oh, okay. Let's actually. Now that I alt tapped, I remembered that I owe you guys a shoulder pad. I'm very sorry for messing out and all of that. I didn't think the bucket bit would be that long. Okay, not that far into my shoulder, jeez. Okay, back to the game. But through use of the exhibition in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and sustained. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were, in ignorance and darkness? Interesting. They actually seriously
Can you
made
see
an
how
entire new
arrogant
thing
it
just
was for
bucket.
Stanley to take a bucket like this and to
Bunny
claim
Bunny
it for
says
his
all hail
own?
the
Can you
all-powerful
see the
bucket,
hubris that
down with the
blinded
false
him?
god
Can you
Kokoro.
see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
What's up there? Hey, what? It's not for me. There's clearly something up there. I must get up there later on. Buckets. 25 buckets. That's a lot more than 25.
Psych0_logic says that Funny Bunny Kokoro isn't a false goddess, only a lesser one.
Wait, what? Right, first of all, what do you mean? Second of all, what do you mean? I'm with a false god. What do you mean, you guys? I'm a VTuber. You guys should literally start calling me Kami-sama from now on. Hey, I know this. This is from Megascans. Inferno Bucket. A replica of the Inferno Bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, and yet in spite of it all, the simplest fact remains. No one can control a bucket. Listen, Kabbalah lad, I have no idea what was behind those other two doors, but I think this is the best bucket ending. How can there be a bucket ending better than this one? They redesigned the entire area. A bucket with two handles. Yo, that bucket has two handles. This bucket is depicted as having two handles. Such a design has never been created in real life. Can I get a source for that? Having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental, every year dozens are put to death just for attempting it. Jeez, man. I remember there was a war over a bucket. Yeah, I know about that. It's pretty interesting, isn't it? This is pretty good, but you still like the other one better? Yo, what the fuck is in that ending? I have to check that one out, man. The stress bucket. An analogy. Worrying. Negative forecasting. Negative thinking. Lack of reassurance. Stress equals level of water in the bucket. Vulnerability equals size and strength of the bucket. Coping strategies equals holes. So, that sounds so weird out of context. Somebody make a clip that's just a 2-second clip of me saying that with no context. Rest and relaxation. Doing something you enjoy. Rest and relaxation. Again. The stress bucket. Presented with presented without commentary. Bruh. I love this. What the fuck? They're sitting. Cave drawing. Well, we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind. We do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures. Wow! Look, that guy's using the bucket. They're fixing leaks in the ceiling with the bucket. The animals are drinking from the bucket. I actually love this.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
What on earth? I love this so much. The hanging bucket. Wow. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance, inevitably, is for our own good. Coping strategies equals holes. I hope that's the shortest clip ever. Ew? Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is? Is that the infinite hole? Oh. I need a holy sound effect on my clipboard. Yeah, he's fit. Not down. What is that? I can fly! What the heck? I can fly! Bucket, 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 bucket.
There is something we can do, something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
There's something we can do to right it?
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision for...
I love that. That was so cool. Maybe the hole is just a huge bucket. Ew. That is some deep introspective analysis of the game right there. Is this really it?
All of his co-workers were
Is
gone.
the other stuff not
What
in
could
the
it
game
mean?
somewhere?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
awesome.
a memo.
I love that. Holy shit. That was so cool. That was actually so cool. They changed that entire
No matter
section
how
of the game
hard
just
Stanley
to have the
looked,
bucket
he
in it.
couldn't
Funny
find a
Bunny says they
trace of his
killed the
co-workers.
That's incredible. Figurines Finder Committee. Meeting today in the meeting room. Was that there the last time? If I go to the meeting room, is there
Stanley
something
lifted
different?
the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
They killed the bucket. They killed the bucket. I can't believe they killed the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket
You have to go
tightly
to
to
the
his
meeting
chest.
room.
This
You
was
have to
not
see
the
the
correct way to the
figurine
meeting room. But Stanley
committee
had
or
felt
whatever
the
it was.
bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
I need to relax, man.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this
so
better
true.
than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Just sit there for a second. Oh, I just need to relax, man.
Psych0_logic says.
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together.
Stay longer for the bucket.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Which door is the door that I should go through?
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
I love this game.
Good, said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Why
It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
No, I didn't. Sorry, I need a minute to... I feel like I just need to laugh for a minute just to let it all out. This game is so messing with me right now, man. What the fuck is this? Danger everywhere. Oh, I've been laughing too much.
No, stop. Look there on the wall, you see? There's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness.
Yes, that
I think
makes
we
sense.
have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have
Some more,
dire
thank you.
consequences on the
Why do
entire
they got so
rest
many
of the
hands?
game
'Cause
if not
everybody's
addressed
paying me
quickly
so
and
much.
properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
Okay,
Please,
I have to understand
step
what
in here
isn't
for
a
a
bucket. Yo, they added this part to the game for real? The fuck? That's incredible. Fucking take the bucket. The door's locked, bro. Okay, I seen like a 2-second clip of this and I
Now
found it
then,
hilarious.
I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
What?
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct.
Yes!
It is a hologram of a bucket,
I knew
not an actual bucket.
It's a hologram of a bucket, of course, I can tell.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Let's get a closer look. I can get a closer look. I don't think it is.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
It's not a real bucket. It's just 3D printed.
Item 3.
So it's not
Is
real?
this a bucket?
I'm staring it down. I'm staring it down right now. Got the handle. It's got wedges on it. It's convincing. It's convincing. I don't know. Something just feels off about it. Perhaps if there was a big yellow sticker on the side of it with a picture of a bucket on it, that way I can know for sure that it was a bucket. But since it doesn't have one of those, I'm gonna have to go with this. I'm gonna have to say
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Where's the yellow sticker? I don't believe it. It was convincing, Chad. I did say it was convincing.
Is this a bucket?
Does the game actually change depending on how well I play this bit?
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one.
Oh my god. Wait, where'd it go?
Is this a bucket? Incorrect. This is a bucket. Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Trick question.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Why is my VC face acting weird?
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
What the fuck?
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't help that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
Wait, but I'm answered.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. My God, I had no idea. How could...
Every single thing in the
me?
game.
I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either.
Oh, thank God, I'm not a bucket.
Wonderful news. We're not buckets.
We're not buckets.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact...
Bunny Bunny says all I wanted to pat the bucket.
So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right,
yeah,
here we go.
Right? Jeez. Wow. It was all buckets, all along. They're all buckets.
All
Let's
of his
pick up this
co-workers
bucket,
were gone.
and then I'll give Funny
What could it
Bunny
mean?
his bucket pat.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Except I can't. I can't actually. It's literally impossible. It has to be attached to my body for it to do that. What are some... I want to try and get like this bizarre ending. want to see what happens if I do the confusion ending with the bucket. But I also haven't done the original on stream yet, so people may be confused who haven't seen it before. Okay,
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
He said confusion! Okay, that's it. I'm doing the confusion ending with the bucket. The bucket's gonna melt away the confusion. I'd like to see him try.
Stanley clutched the bucket
That's my
tightly to
favorite
his...
ending,
This
by the
was
way.
not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Of course.
And here it was. Had the
I'm unplugging
bucket
the
turned
phone.
out
I
to
want
be
to unplug
correct,
the phone
was
as well. I
no,
want to unplug the
never
phone.
mind. The bucket was wrong.
Funny Bunny
Stanley
says yes,
took
the
the door on his
bucket.
left to go back to the... And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
I will hydrate. Bad. Thank you very much. Can never
Oh,
forget
good
the bucket.
Stanley,
Okay, so I'll
I'm
do it
glad
before
you
it.
found your way here. I knew
Oh.
you'd find this place eventually.
Yo! No, what the fuck? This is actually like what?
Like 0_logic says let's fuaki and kchunino.
So for everyone who's not familiar with the franchise, right? This adventure lane is like one of the most iconic icons in the game. It's one of like the best endings. But this backdrop is actually from the Stanley Parable demo, but not in the original game. And the fern and the baby
You see,
and the
your
wife
friends and
the
I are
computer.
concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much.
Oh my
It's this
friends!
bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it.
Aw, this is
Don't you want
actually
another
really
story
cozy.
involving the Adventure Line? We could make the
Adventure
Adventure
Line.
Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
It's the Adventure Lane. Let's make the Adventure Lane go somewhere new. Oh my god, this is actually really cool. I wish I could have a screenshot of that. I want this game to come out in VR just so I can sit here amongst all these icons from this game that I love.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Engine input funk rotate. Oh, this is like commands from the source engine. What the fuck? It sounds like actual commands for the ending. What the engine? What the fuck?
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about.
Exactly,
Don't you
yes.
remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley's addicted to drugs and hookers.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
You have to give something. Oh. I don't like where this is going. Wait a minute, this is from the demo as well. What is that?
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the
Brand new
Bucket
character.
Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the bucket destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the bucket destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of bucket destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the bucket destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the bucket destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
I can't. It's impossible. God damn it. I can't. It's actually impossible. I'm covering it. It's behind me. It's
my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
R.I.P. Bucket Destroyer. Can I get some 07s in the chat for my man, Bucket Destroyer? I truly miss him.
All of his co-workers were gone.
True.
What could it mean?
Right?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket Destroyer! I'm so sorry. I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Crap, I just realized I actually forgot the order of those things appearing. Oh, there it is.
Res Hunter says, hey, you did great.
Thanks. I don't make a list of
Stanley
endings
clutched
that I
the
want to
bucket
do.
tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Bucket.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be...
Bunny Bunny says
No,
they destroyed the
never
bucket
mind.
before I could
The
pat
bucket
it.
was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
This is a bucket.
No,
Dear God,
said the bucket.
There's more.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Yo, what? No, this is new content. What the heck?
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines. And now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley?
Figlies.
What name better
Stanlerines are
encapsulates the
most
intrinsic
actually, I think.
sense of happiness that you get from seeing a
Stanlerines.
small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
No. Oh. Yo, what the fuck? Among Us? I'm at the vent? Yo, what? There's actual new content? This is like actually new. What? What? Cassette tapes? Eh? Lost cat. There is a reward. Gee. Is this like the collection committee or whatever it was called? What does that say? This is something about the narrator on it.
Okay,
The narrator's
this is
sound
day
system.
number 295. tape number.
Wait, what?
Funny Bunny says
I don't even know.
Tricolo is sus. I
I've
saw
lost
her
track.
vent. She is gonna foot the Booger King
Nothing
lettuce.
feels real
I would never
anymore.
fit the Burger King lettuce.
The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
The bucket?
The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes.
Capitalism be like.
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there? Camporata.
Camporata? What the fuck does that mean? Right. Well, well, okay then. Of course.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled.
Funny Bunny says, wait, how
He'd
are
never be
buckets
alone
made?
again, not
Do
truly
they
alone,
reproduce?
Not with the bucket around.
Those simple models will never be able to tell. Wait, what? Where is 420? Oh, there.
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office.
Press the bucket
Nothing
upon.
responded to the bucket's
God.
touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's
Did they
belief
seriously
in the
re-record
magic of the
every
bucket.
single link?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna try and get one of the most obscure endings, and if they actually seriously changed this to match the bucket, that'll be crazy. This is what the sign meant. Trust the completionist instinct. There will be a reward after finding them all. Lies! Who are you? There will be cleaning up this off the wall required. I want them so much. I want to go home. Stop kidding yourselves. Oh, this is inspired by fucking Left 4 Dead 2. Mission status. Ew, it's actually dynamic. Stairs, something to do with the stairs. Some are both red and blue. But we've already been to those rooms. Wait, do we need to go into the red and blue room without the bucket? Is this some kind of game? There must be a point to this. 5 there be. Just take it from me. Gotta collect them all. Ah, there's 6. A secret visit, a large room, lots of boxes nearby a fireplace. A private but smelly place for an important person. Bigleys are hard to find. Follow clues provided by employee 416. We can do it. The red room? Thank you, good luck. Oh good, we can see this from the start. I want to see this. I can't believe they actually redone a lot of this. Wait, I'm standing in front of them. How can we find them? Bottom text. Small floating objects have appeared across the office. We have to synergize all our resources to ensure their retrieval. There are many questions. Oh, yeah, there are. How can you tell? You spotted what weapons and from the air. Who took them up? You took these pictures of them. Who did take these pictures of them? Why is that one black? The Figurine Finders Committee. Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless, to be honest. Look at this, they actually remastered all of this stuff. This is actually insane. I'm loving this so much. Employee 003 is the artist, apparently. Training exercise by management. Magnets floating. Dreams, magic. Our quarterly success. This is actually so crazy how they're actually merging the old and the new together like this. Like not just changing the textures. Actually, it feels like employees from the first game are actually interacting with the fucking new stuff. Like, that was a thing. In the first game, they'd send interviews and stuff that they actually tried to make like the office feel like a character. And this is just like taking that another step further. I'm fucking loving this, man. Why do they look like 427? Why do they look like 427? How many are there? 6. Squiggle. 7. Minus 152. 51. Can we sell them? Obviously. More dollar if we sell them together. That's true. Oh my god, it's Kokoro. Oh. God damn it. I accidentally hit my mute button when I zoomed in. Well, let me just do that again. Hey yo, it's Kokoro. Hey yo, it's Tom. It doesn't quite work well the second time. Welcome into Top Match. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome. We're currently playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Bucket Edition. And it's fucking awesome. I love it here.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Again, I'm going to try and get this really obscure ending just to see if they actually change this. Never seen this game, is it funny? Yes. Oh, it opened this thing! I just want you guys to see, it says business strategy. Okay, that's a really bad first impression of this game. I swear this game isn't about shooting pandas and stuff. I wonder where this takes us.
Funny Bunny says I like that business strategy, reminds me of Minecraft.
Yes. Pandas are useless in Minecraft. And in real life, pandas are actually useless. Stanley. No, I gotta go do my own thing. Bye, Coco. Thanks for the Stanley parables. You've had some good laughs here and there. But don't you want to know where the elevator comes out? Wait, this doesn't make any sense. You don't put a call elevator button on the inside of an elevator. You put numbers on it. Wow, we're on a brand new floor, everyone.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding
There's usually
him?
some different audio there.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I think I know where the other figurine is. I also want to do the bucket. I also want to do the super obscure button ending first.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
That scared the crap out of me. For some reason, the metal audio feels like it was recorded like completely differently from the rest of the footsteps, like in a completely different room. So when I heard that on my headphones, it sounded like it was coming from behind me. I didn't think it was like there in real life, but I thought there was like something fucking moving with me in the game. It scared the crap out of me. If light is on, call extension 914 immediately. I don't have a phone, so... Remember that, Chief. They imported this texture wrong.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Very confusing for
What
you to
horrible
watch.
secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
What a horrible place, what a horrible secret does this place hold?
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
The bucket nearly burst into tears. Poor bucket.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Feeble?
No!
He
Screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept
Into
it.
the bucket.
His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
What the fuck? I love this so much. Those wires just all glitched as fuck in there.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Hey guys, I need to go pee again. I'm going to let you guys choose which option to pick. Put in the chat if you want it to be turned on or off, and I'm going to do that when I come back. Okay, I'm going to go pee now. Bye. I gotta turn it. What have you guys decided on? Good luck. Turn it off. I choose bucket. Vote bucket. That is a pretty good vote. That is a very good vote. You don't want me to turn it off though. Oh, I was louder than I expected. What the heck?
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
I missed you. Oh, I missed you.
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
My bucket? What the fuck? That didn't work at all. So, you know how I've been walking around looking at all these buttons, all these computers that say awaiting input? This one's meant to turn into that, but it hasn't. For some reason.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Stanley
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, I have one more to do.
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together.
Still have... Oh, what the... It kind of ends in my head. There's 4 more that I want to do. I want to turn the controls on. I want to go downstairs. I want to pull out the plug. Whoa. Oh, I remember this from the original.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I know what order I'm going to do them in. Some are red and blue. I still don't get that one because we went to the doors, right? Do we just have to not take the bucket with us? Or is there a different way to do that, maybe? To do that section?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
There it is, the Figley.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the first one. And then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
I couldn't go back. Let's see what's in here. What does the bucket think of this ending?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
I am crazy.
He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked
I mean,
the bucket.
in the original
The bucket
mod,
returned
that
his
was my favourite
gaze,
ending.
but said nothing at all.
And this one is still
That's
great, though.
strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these.
Yeah.
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Where's my bucket?
Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Where's
Could
the
it truly
bucket?
be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Holy shit!
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work.
Oh, cool.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be. And she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Wow. Incredible. I did it. Are you guys ready for one of the most obscure endings in the game? Hang on, I want to get the bucket for this.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
Nah, they never stop. Except the
No,
problem.
no, the orders were still missing. For now.
I'm just not realizing a flaw in my plan. I'm pretty sure this door closes, right? The wrong bucket. It doesn't.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just
I like how the stickers have been on the whole
Anywhere
thing.
they
That's
went
incredible.
together would be perfectly fine with him.
Oh, so many people don't even know this is in the game. Buttons. It's just buttons. It's just buttons. It's just the buttons. It's just the buttons. Stanley loves pressing buttons. Oh, it's just the buttons. Look at all the buttons I pressed. It's buttons. Very cool, but there are no buckets. Yeah, I know, I'm disappointed. I'm actually disappointed. I'm trying to hold out my disappointment. They didn't change anything for the bucket ending. I knew it wouldn't.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others. So the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
I noticed the music's different, by the way. That
A
music's
good
from the
bucket,
Stanley
a
Parable
strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed
Humble
bucket,
bucket.
a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna turn the machine on. Then I'm gonna get the collectible. Then I'm gonna do the 2 endings from the cargo lift. And then one more.
Coming to a staircase,
Still haven't found
Stanley
the
and the
giant
bucket
hole
walked
yet.
upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Buckets. The buckets. Buckets. Someone has to invent that. For real, true. I would never forget the bucket cycle. Oh yeah, I did your hydrate, by the way, Cal, blah blah blah. I think I forgot to say it. I've just been reading chat and not actually answering it. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Oh, they fixed it. There used to be a speedrun strat here. Oh.
But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped
Yo!
and fell over the railing and into the dark void below.
That's new.
Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall.
What?
Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here.
This is what the fuck?
So they set up a little couch and relaxed.
What? No, what? They did not add a full extra ending for a mistake that you make in a glitch. There's no way. So literally, guys, right, as a speedrun, you can get on top of the railing and then jump onto the catwalk as it's coming up. In the original game, you just fell down and that was it. In the original game, if you fell, you just fell. Because you were never supposed to get on top of the railing. It's a glitch. They took a fucking glitch from the first game and turned it into a whole ending. What the fuck? What? Stanley doesn't know how to follow simple directions and thought jumping off a 50-foot floor would be a better decision.
It really wasn't so bad down here.
NLG bucket clutch? Yeah, I'm a pro main character.
Cold, perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility.
This is so funny.
This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning.
What on earth?
It unsettled the bucket deeply.
Oh.
Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending.
I need to see
This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually.
It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Wow, that's actually incredible that they added a fucking ending for that. it was a real ending. What the hell?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Incredible.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay.
The embrace of an old friend, a weathered companionship that stands the test of time. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm speedrunning this shit.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's
I want
office.
to see what they changed about this one.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Of course it is. The bucket is guiding me. Inception reference? Really? Oh yeah, I don't know. It does follow the same story beats actually, now that I think about it. I'm a paradox, co-workers, hissing, but still is a good friend.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yes, I get what you mean. I have actually read your message. I don't know why I can't talk.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to
That's what you're meant to do. In the original, that's what I tried to do. I can't believe they added a whole new thing. I wonder what happens if I do that without the bucket now.
And Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Don't worry, bucket, everything will be fine.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Wait, what? one VR
Stanley
chat
flipped
world.
through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions.
Ah, of course,
Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best.
I can't escape.
And Stanley
Silly
was
birds.
happy.
Well, that is by far the weirdest ending. What? That one just doesn't even make sense. What the fuck? That's just the most XD
How
random
long
ending
was I
ever. And I
sitting
love
there?
it. I love
Stanley
it.
wondered to himself.
How long was I
Minutes?
sitting there?
Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen? The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things.
Wow.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way
I
to the
cannot
meeting room.
believe how much stuff
But
I've
Stanley
added
had
to-
felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
I had an
Was it
itch in my leg.
Never
Oh,
mind.
God.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
I'm going to the cargo lift.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Remember that desk from the start with the pencil sharpener in it? There he is. It's a box full of pencil sharpeners with his name on it.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home where we can go about life together.
Take us back home?
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Oh my god. Wow. Wow. This is different.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Yo, this is fucking cool as shit. Press X to take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see
That's
him
pretty
delusional
concerning.
like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to
That's like
say
a
something
face.
to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
It's 0-0, my guys. This is actually so cool. And to go back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it.
Hey,
It
hey,
doesn't
no,
do
that's not fair.
anything else.
That's not fair. It can also transport certain forms of solids. It can also transport some solids. Don't listen to the loud man. Press J for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Oh my god. Press G to ignore anyone in your life except for me. Hey, yo, Yander?
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press F to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more,
bucket is friend.
I'm trying to say.
It could also be a hat,
sturdier,
true.
more capable of transporting
Good
liquid.
point.
Like it would be better at moving an amount of water
Funny
from
Bonnet
one
says
room
I like
to
to
another.
point out his apartment has no toilet, only bucket.
No, that's the toilet in there. Or in there. Right? Right? Press P to relieve! What a poor... Press P to relive the same day with me over and over. Not relieve.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Press Q. Press Q to go home to work to home to work to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings. For the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps, if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
I'm closing my eyes, bucket. Go back to work, Stanley. What the heck? Wait.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Absolutely not me, IRL. Right there. Narrator, get your own bucket. True. Lol, little buckets. Little buckets? Wait, where was the little buckets?
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley...
Shit. She didn't ask him to bring a
Stanley
bucket.
decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
I would never marry someone without their own bucket. Terrible. I must get Stanley. I must get the figurine collectible.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
We gotta go as fast as we can.
The lounge was
I don't want to
grand,
leave the bucket
majestic.
alone.
Perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. I have to get my bucket.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I have to get the figurine.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
This doesn't feel right.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Why did I just fall straight down?
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
You guys ever noticed, by the way? That door that goes in there. Doesn't have...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Sorry, Goku, but that's just how it is. I'm going
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
So that's what's in this door. This whole time, I've never known.
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
It's the same as that number. Incredible. I did it. Oh, is that for the colorblind people? Did I turn that on? Ah, that's what that means. Okay. There's one more thing that I want to do. Should I do this one? No, I've already done both of these. I think which one's which. One of them's the game, one of them's the... Yeah, I've already done both of them. Begin the game again. There's one more ending that I want to do with the bucket. It may not even be possible, and if it's not possible, I'm gonna cry. It must be, or else how would you get more
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things.
No, it's not an ending I want to do.
It's those figurines, those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
I'm back. back to the memory zone? This is from the first stream, by the way. When Stanley found the collectibles. Oh my god, this is amazing. What the fuck? The Stanley Parable. Oh, okay. Going down here instead.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea how many of them we'd find. Lots of 6 white dots. But how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
That was so loud. Oh my god. Karma, you scared the absolute crap out of me. Thank you for the read, Karma. Shout out to Karma, everybody, whilst I recover my ears. Oh my god. Okay. It scared you too. I'm pretty sure it scared everyone. Welcome, you furs. Welcome, everybody. Oh my god. Whoa, I've never seen that outfit before.
That was the best view.
You've got
I've
red
ever
on you.
seen. Oh my god, that was so
Oh my god, welcome in, Pixie. Welcome.
You're so adorable.
Good to see both
I
of you.
love it. Oh my god.
Oh, give me a second. Just to refill. Just to. That genuinely made me jump. Oh my god. Anyway, hello everybody. My name's Kokoro Kyoto. I'm a green cat from Scotland, and today we are playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. Oh my god. So this game, by the way, is really, really weird and meta. So it has a narrator, right? Basically, the down low right now is that this game has a narrator that's like constantly breaking the fourth wall and stuff. And he added to the game these collectible figurines of the main character. Like in the middle of the game, he added them, and then we collected them all. And now we're going down memory lane, remembering the time we collected them all. It's really hard to explain. But you get it. We're like reliving the moments when we found all the collectibles. Wait, 7 out of 6? Uh-oh. You forgot to reset the counter. This looks very familiar. This is my first time playing this game as well, so I'm playing the sequel, playing the Ultra Deluxe Edition.
And here was a second Stanley. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that,
Incredible.
Stanley. I'll be honest.
I did that.
Back then I had no faith in you to find
I'm really
any of
glad they
them,
remastered
let
the game
alone
and added more
6.
content to it.
But
Me
you
too, me
continue
too.
to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Shut up. What should I call you? Isa? Mori? I'm gonna call you Mori. That's a good name. Yeah, Mori. Oh my god, I love the original game so much. I played that like a million times. And when they first announced the sequel, I was a bit scared that they might like ruin it. They might fuck it up or something. But also, my first impressions weren't that best when I started playing. But it's really redeemed itself. This new edition.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
Mini Stan, he keeps changing the name. It's in the boss's office, obviously. I just got it from the Actually, I just realized how incredible it is. I just realized. These are actually in the order we picked them up. How the fuck would they program it to show them differently? How did they, did they program this room to have different signs and different voices depending on what order you did it in? Fucking hell, man. How did they actually make this game? No wonder this game was delayed like 20 fucking times, man.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, behind the boss's office. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all,
Yes.
science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Science tells us that, yes. You might have watched the YouTuber play it. This was very popular with YouTubers. The original was, I mean...
Let's see, what came next?
What?
Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
No. There's a snake. You guys hear that? I hear ominous whispering. I like the music in here.
This was the 5th mini-stand, and this one was really something special. It was under the stairs. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
No, we got one from the... We got one from the warehouse, but he skipped it. Oh my god. What the fuck? What? Oh my god, it's like... It's actually like 2001 YouTube, what the heck? It's like watching Halo 3 mission in my mind. You found it under the stairs! Thanks for watching! Whoa, did you guys see that cool transition? Oh my god. What the heck?
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
To become a popular YouTuber. We got one in the warehouse though before we got this one. He skipped it. This isn't right. This isn't right. It's exactly how I remember it. Yes, good video. No, it's not right. The warehouse. Oh. Really? I don't like this.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
12 out of 6. Oh, there's a cute little pad in here. Whoa.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
It just left.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels. Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What is even happening there? This is incredible, man. What is even going on?
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Oh, remember that video everyone? Oh,
Yes, I love that video.
I love that video. Pink room.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Yeah, it's a good room. I like this room. I like the music. The ambience, color, great, color selection, not
These
correct.
really were
Color
a treat to
selection.
hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation.
I agree.
Next one.
Oh my god, my phone just fell. Oh. Okay, it's back. Oh, there's nothing. There we go. Isn't pink scientifically proven to actually be calm? Yeah, that, blue, and green are all pretty calm.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it, the very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figlarines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
That's right, we went for the thing. The collectibles.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then. The time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
I regret using all of my jumps now. We're really going all the way back, huh?
Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Absolutely. What a classic. What a classic.
And before everything else, there was your office.
My office.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
Something before my office.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different.
What?
I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley?
No reason?
Was I lonely?
What?
Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time.
Wow.
I'll take care of myself.
I
don't need
believe you,
Stanley
Mr.
anymore. Oh, but he truly
It's actually
was so
playing the
much
intro
fun
cutscene
to play
backwards.
with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
What on earth, man? What the heck? think something will actually happen once we beat the game this time.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
It was a photo. Come on, you can usually open it. They actually did that on purpose. Was that a Gmod animation? It was originally a... What the heck? Wait, I can see through that. What the Dog shit game. I can see right through that. It was originally
Not everyone is so lucky
a Source
to have
game,
a bucket,
and it was a
but
Source
Stanley is a
filmmaker
very
intro,
lucky
but they
fellow.
redid it.
Very lucky indeed.
But they made it look similar. They intentionally tried to make it look the same.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on it. This was not the
One
correct
more
way
ending,
to the
guys.
meeting room.
I'm doing
But
one more
Stanley had
ending and
felt
then
the
I'm
bucket calling to
leaving,
him,
unless
telling
something
him
big
that
happens.
the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
That was perfectly
Stanley took
painless,
the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the
Someone
bucket.
type
Now
exclamation
ride the
mark
lift
up
all the
time
way
in
to the
chat.
top.
I want to see
There's
how long
something
I've
up
been
there I
live.
need you
Thank
to
very
do.
much.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk.
Arigato.
But Stanley chose not to think about this
That's
obvious
only been
fact.
two.
He was firmly convinced that the
Oh,
bucket
that's
had
right, my
spoken to
stream
him, and
restarted
he
a couple times.
unthinkingly did whatever the bucket
It's-
asked.
It's been longer than 3 hours. But my stream kept restarting. I
In
started
here,
at like
Said the
10.
bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
10:30.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
If I said 11, that's at least 4 hours probably. I hate it when that happens when my stream ends.
Now pick up the...
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you
Yes,
get
it's
the
the
joke?
joke,
It's funny,
see?
Stanley. A
Buckets can't
talking
talk.
bucket. Can't
Talking
you see?
buckets.
Oh, goodness. I must have really
Talking
bungled up the
buckets.
delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is.
Oh, wait, yes, there is.
It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What?
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper.
Yes.
If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76
now that
degrees
you
Fahrenheit,
mention it,
with
now
one
that
of
you
your
mention
arms
it, that
raised
sounds
straight
right.
upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the
Is this
humor.
what it feels to be flashbangs?
Speak the
Yes,
entire
exactly.
joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny now. I'm Dunny
Good.
with the funny.
This saying is a perfect
Shit, the
example of
timing was wrong.
expectations
God damn it.
management,
I'm not getting
which
it.
is the cornerstone of good comedy.
The timing was
Finally,
so wrong.
it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times. just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
We're gonna go back and do it again? Wait, where's the sticker man?
Bunny Bunny says I didn't know Stanley was in the Starship Troopers universe.
Where's my yellow? The Stanley Parable is in this Star Trek universe. Where's my yellow sticker man? I feel like that's gonna be important later on. Where's my sticker? Ah, yes.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Oh my god, I love this. Okay, we're gonna go back and then we're gonna do it again. Where's the other sticker went? It's actually annoying me. You've been playing the Stanley Parable for 5 hours? Has it been that long? Well, I started at 10:30, but then I had to restart due to technical issues at 11. And then I played another game for half an hour.
Here we go.
I've been streaming for like 4 hours.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Why did I hear 2 sounds there?
What? We're back at the phone already? No, what's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this.
Yeah,
there was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake.
Right.
I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing.
Yes, of course.
I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, that was pretty funny.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket?
Thank you for coming to my stream today, everyone.
Mental. I think I
This
saw
is
it
one of my
playing
favorite
guitar.
endings. The original one is one of my favorite endings. The
Getting away from
non-bucket
making fun of
version.
Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which
I
was
tried
the
to save the
whole
best for
point of
last.
it. I'm no good at these jokes. I need
I think
more
it's time to look for
instructional
someone to read
videos.
after
That's
this.
exactly what it is. That's
It's
what will
very
make
late
me
here.
the king of
I had a lot of fun
more
today.
instructional videos. Let's see.
More instructional videos. And that was the Stanley Parable. Oh my god, that was a lot of fun. That was actually so much better than I thought it would be. I was putting that off because the first time I played it, it wasn't that good. But oh my god, today that was comedy genius, comedy gold. I love that, man. Let's look for someone to read. Let's see if where'd you come from? I had to pause that stream about 3 times. Let's see if there's any other VTubers in playing the Stanley Parable right now. Wouldn't that just be crazy? Oh my god, I'm at like the top of the category. Yo, I'm like 2nd place. Thank you for the raid, Karma. We're really up here now. Oh, thank you for the fun stream today, Coco. Oh, thanks, Kokoro Bucket win. I'll release official Kokoro Bucket merch. I'll make sure it looks exactly like that, by the way. I like that design. Oh my god, wait, why did I even add the VTuber tag when literally she's right here she's literally on the category
Time
page.
to think.
Stuff you booed, actually.
Stanley, a year.
Oh, good news everyone, she's behind us. She's behind where we're at, so even if you're worried about spoilers, you'll still be able to go through and say hi to her. So that's good news. Thank you everybody for coming today. Thank you Karma for the raid. Thank you for all the raiders for sticking with me to the very end. Here's the raid command for all the subscribers. Here's the raid 1 command for all the non-subscribers. That was really fun. That was a lot of fun. I kind of want to play this again now. Now I can go to bed knowing I have to get up with little sleep. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, actually. I shouldn't stream this late. I had a lot of fun, bye-bye. I had a lot of fun too. I really enjoyed that. That part in the game where I pushed the button that said the player's name and it said my real name and it doxed me in front of everyone. God, that was incredible. And the time where we went in the pink room, oh, the pink room was my favorite room. Did you guys get the pink room ending? The pink room ending is my favorite. Where's my... That was crazy. It was crazy, that's true. Well, I'm gonna get some much needed sleep now, everybody. Thank you for coming. Love you. Bye bye. Mwah.